On this episode of Travels with Bill, we visit the Rainbow Falls in Manitoba's Whiteshell Provincial Park. We'll show you how to find this waterfall and all the fun you can have, plus we'll try our best to keep you safe. That's all ahead on Travels with Bill. The story of Rainbow Falls begins a mile upstream at this dam. We're on the Whiteshell River, and while it's sometimes running strong, in the summer of 2021, the Manitoba drought has affected it too. The Whiteshell River has been used for thousands of years for canoeing and is one of the major rivers in the area, so it was very well traveled. There's parking at the dam site, and there's also some signs that show you how you can go on your very own 170-kilometer canoe trip. That's just a portion of the 1,200-kilometer trek that was once made between Thunder Bay, Ontario and Manitoba by those wanting to travel by canoe. Now, normally the water would be higher and we'd see it going over top of the dam structure here. They can change how much goes over to regulate the levels backstream. This day, though, it's so low, none is actually going over top of the dam, and there's some algae building up because of so little water flow. We wouldn't have any waterfall if there wasn't some water, and a bit is getting through, but all the water that's ending up at the falls today is actually leaking through the dam. There's a few holes in it, which is good. It keeps the river flowing and keeps us having something to show you on this episode of Travels with Bill when we get to the waterfall. From the dam, the water runs down the stream and then goes under the highway. This is the same highway you'll cross to get to Rainbow Falls. The water gurgles on down the river, under the bridge, and away. There is some fishing here. Today it's a little low, but certainly before the dam you could fish, and on the other side you could always drop a line in as well. The Whiteshell River keeps on going, and it isn't long until we get to Rainbow Falls. This area is just simply some rock where the water has to go over it and drops down a few feet, but that little bit of rock can make for an awful lot of fun. You'll find people swimming and unfortunately diving here as well as they enjoy the feature. To get to Rainbow Falls, we start in the parking lot, and we should note before we get too far, this is an unsupervised area. Swimming is not advised, and diving is certainly not advised. There's a lot of rocks, and the water can be a little unfortunate at times. Today it's pretty shallow, so you'll see it looking quite nice, but if you imagine after a heavy rain when this river's running a little more, it would be a formidable waterfall to be playing around in. We walk down the path here and you see how quick it is from the parking lot to the falls, and we can already see some people there having a good time. Now there's kind of two layers to the falls. This first layer that we're on right now is the lower part of the falls, and where you would go if you're going to do maybe some sunbathing or edge yourself into the water. Now if you want to get up on the top part, you can clamber up the rock there on the left hand side, or you can simply do what most people do and go up the little path in the bushes. We'll turn to the right here and take a look at the trees. It's a bit of a rough path. Again, this isn't really a maintained area, so you'll have to watch out for the rocks and make your way up. Here we are at the top of Rainbow Falls. Now, if you watch the water lines closely here, you'll see how low the water is today. Those black marks on the rocks are where the water is normally sitting. And out in the river as well, you can see how the rocks are showing the water is quite a lot lower than normal. In fact, the falls are usually a lot bigger. They would cover almost all of the area we're looking at now. Today, with so little water, the falls are quite calm, and they're actually only about 10 or 15 feet wide. We'll move downstream of the falls and show you again how those water levels have changed. It would normally be halfway up that rock, and the little guy would be covered over completely. It's kind of neat to see where the water has been and where it is now. You can see a lot more of the rocks, and that sort of explains why you want to be careful if you're swimming in the area. Lots of those rocks are normally covered, so you want to keep your wits about you and look at where you're going. This is not the same as a beach that's well maintained and has a swim guard or such. This is wilderness as you can only find in Manitoba. On a nice day, you'll usually find a crowd at Rainbow Falls. There's quite a large rock area there for you to lay out a towel. You can enjoy some suntanning or just keep a home base for when the kids are out playing in the water. This is kind of a look again at the main falls area. You can see how wide that falls would normally be. It would cover that entire darkened area of the rock. Today it's just a little bit in the middle. Now here's maybe the safest way to go down the falls. Go slow, think about it a little bit, and then slide on in. you won't see everybody doing that. And I've talked to many people that have been on the falls and have jumped right in. Some of them have found that they actually can't get back out very easy. One gentleman was telling me that when it's a lot stronger current, you can actually end up rolling in the bottom of the water and have trouble getting out. That's why diving's not recommended. If you are bringing the kids here, make sure they've got a life jacket on and make sure you're watching them. You don't want them going down those falls without somebody there that can step in if the need arises. We're going to see someone jump in here, which, well, if you want to do it, I'll just stop lecturing and let you enjoy your time at Rainbow Falls. Getting here can be a bit of a trick. So when you come off the highway, the first thing you're going to see is this White Lakes Camping and Picnic Area sign. You'll turn in here and travel down the little road. But then things get a little trickier. They're going to recommend you do something that I think you should probably skip, at least unless you want a bunch of exercise. The thing that will draw your attention is signs for the Rainbow Falls Trail. This is it, and if you go down this little path, you will end up at the falls, but you'll spend some time walking. What you really want to do is look for this sign and then turn the other way. Follow this little road past the White Lake Resort. Now, there's only one way to go here, and it's a twisty-turny trail, lots of cabins, but you'll make it there right to that parking lot I showed you at the beginning. From there, you're only steps away from Rainbow Falls. The locals can get a bit grumpy if you speed, and it's a rough road, so make sure you slow down, stay safe with the children, and make sure everybody enjoys the falls on your visit. Well, that's a look at Rainbow Falls on Travels with Bill. Hey, we certainly hope you will subscribe to the Travels with Bill channel, because not only do we need the subscribers, but it makes sure you see our latest videos and know where we're traveling next. It could be anywhere in Manitoba or Canada, but we guarantee it will be interesting. For now, at least, enjoy the view at Rainbow Falls as part of Manitoba's Whiteshell Provincial Park, and we'll see you again soon.